and welcome back to the AustinTalks podcast. And it's been a bit. I'm off my break officially. I'm now back to doing weekly podcasts. And podcast 8, I believe, where we are talking about my holiday. Just a bit of a chill one this week. It's actually about where I went, where I've been, where I'm going. I think that's how it goes. So I took a 2-week break. It was initially going to be 3. I did say 2, so I'll stick it to 2. So I decided to be on, and it was supposed to be uploaded on the Sunday. It's now ended up to be on the Monday because the software hadn't been used in so long it needed an update. So that's why it's on a bit later, because I said due to the time changes, I will be changing it. I'll be changing it to a Sunday. What's funny is I had a really fun time. And I was originally going this week was going to be on the game of Man City versus Liverpool. But then I was there like, wait, no, that doesn't make sense because I need to do that after the game. So I had written a whole planning sheet for that, and then I was there like, oh wait, that'll be 2 on topics. So next week, mark my words, it'll be that, and hopefully, just hopefully, we may get a special guest on the show. Maybe. Just maybe. Anyway, let's talk about my holiday. Everyone goes on holiday, and I just did, and it was well earned. After everything, because obviously I'm still in school, still doing some homework, and still doing this. I just think a well-earned break, because I didn't want this on my back as well. So everyone goes on holiday, and I live in Abu Dhabi, and now I have actually exited Abu Dhabi in 2.5 years. Oh my god, actually nearly 3, maybe 2.25 now. And I'm like, oh my god. It's been so long. I went to Dubai. Even though it's not out the country, I don't care. And what's funny is everyone in my family. I have a sibling. He's in university now, and then my parents. They've all actually exited the country. My dad went away for a dissertation type thing, I think. No, it was a graduation. That's what it was. Then my mum went to visit my grandmother. Went to visit her, and then my brothers obviously had to go to university in the UK, and then my grandmother said to come over here in a bit. I was going to get her on the podcast, but never mind. But it just, everyone's been on holiday except me, and well, not holidays, more of a outside of the country. For whatever reason, I don't know. I don't care, but it's so annoying. Well, let's talk about what happened. So, every spring break, we usually went over to Dubai, because we would never really exit the country because you can't do much in 2 weeks. So we went to this apartment type place, and also the flights were a bit expensive, so we're like, no. But yeah, I mark my words, I'm leaving this summer. We've already booked the tickets for the flights. And we're going away. I'm actually going to go on a plane. I'd actually forgotten what the inside of a plane looks like. To Dubai, there's so many things. You have the Burj Khalifa, Dubai Mall being the biggest mall in the world. And Burj Khalifa being the tallest building in the world. I love it. The scenery is amazing, and where I was sleeping, there's two beds. there's one closest to the window, and then there's one closest to the toilet or the door. I called dibs on the window because I love a stunning view. I love a stunning view, and I would always have them open. I mean, I'd have them partially open, only to the point where I would be able to see them and see the outside, so it doesn't affect everyone else. And what was really weird was in this in this place, it costs cheaper than we've been to two places, that being the second. The first one was, I don't know how much, it was a lot more expensive, yet it was one wall, like one level. This one was cheaper by quite a lot, and it was 2 levels. Like, say if you have an apartment, usually you only have 1 level, and that was more expensive than a 2-level place. Now that was, again, like an apartment. So I think we got a pretty decent deal on it as well. Anyway, so the first day, we couldn't check into our actual place till about 4 or 5. One of the two. So 4 or 5, we couldn't go there. But we went to Motion Gate. So for those who don't know, Motion Gate's like, I was going to say Warner Brothers, but some place. Oh yeah, so in Florida there is this place, there's like these parks, but Motion Gate is this one of the Dubai parks and resort, and that's by far my favourite one. And ever since we've been there, which has obviously been about 2 years, they've opened 2 new rides. So I was there like, oh, I should go on them. So we went on the first ride, which was Now You See Me. If you haven't seen that film, great film, recommend it. Especially the hidden card scene. Oh, that was so good. Second is the best for me. What was it? So in the ride, it's like a mini roller coaster, but it was the fastest. It has a record of some sort. I'm gonna check on my phone. It's not the fastest, I know that much, because I've been on the Formula Rossa, which is the fastest in the world. Now You See Me ride Motion Gate. Yeah, there we go. There should be it's called the High Roller. No, it's not the highest roller coaster. Oh, I'll talk about the next one in a bit, because jeez, that, like, oh my god, that was a nightmare. I can't find it. There's a quote on it. It's not the fastest, it's not the tallest, it's quote. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, the fastest spinning roller coaster ever. So, like, if you've been on Redler's Revolution in Warner Brothers, it's faster than that spinning. Which, how you turn green, I don't know. It was a fun ride. At first, I was just like, oh, heck no. But then it got a lot better, which I like rides like that. And then they added a John Wick one. The scenery for John Wick was wicked. I thought it was amazing. Oh my god, the ride though. Right, I love roller coasters. I really do. I love them. But my god, that's a never go on again, ever one. I'm never going on it again. And like my mum, ever since my age, she's never been into things like roller coasters, but oh my god, that was bad. Anyway, either way, like on some rides you go backwards, not intentionally, but then some people don't. On this ride, you are going backwards whatever way you're going, because you're looking at one another when you're on the ride, and at first we were going backwards and then we were going forwards. So either way, you are going backwards at one point or another. There is no way that you're not going backwards. And obviously, our luck was, because we were like, which way does it go? Obviously, it had to go the way that we were sitting. Backwards! Anyway, that ride I hated. My knees were wobbly. I couldn't get off for about like another minute because it was that wobbly. And yeah. And there was this new mall that opened later on. We went there later on in the week. It was, what do you call it? What's its name? Dubai Hills Mall. That's the one. And that was a really fun. That was a really fun mall. I gotta say. I'll tell you a story about that in a bit. That was a funny story. No. In Motion Gate, my favorite ride was. I just want to say the ride that it sends you up and down. I don't know because obviously there's a lot of rides that send you up and down, but you know that one it's like blast off. You go straight to the top and then you drop down. It should be like one of them, but if you look up, then it doesn't actually affect your stomach, which I thought was actually quite a decent one. And it's like the same with brain freeze. If you open your tongue out, you don't get brain freeze. That's kind of a decent one to know. And yeah, so on what did I do? Always that ride's been put me off, and so I didn't go on that one. What was it? The water ride. So Cloudy in the Charts Meatballs, there's rapids, obviously from the watermelon scene in the film. So we went past that, and throughout the whole ride, I did not get wet. And I said just before the end, "Oh great, I didn't get wet." And then literally, not even a second later, probably a millisecond or two, it sprayed me with water. And everyone on that raft, that we didn't even know the people. Everyone on that raft just laughed at me because I said, "Oh great, we haven't got wet." Yep, famous last words. Well done, Austin. Great. That day was fun mainly because it just brought back so many memories. And Dubai, that was the first time I went to Dubai without my brother. So, yeah, I miss him. Marcus, if you're watching, that's his name by the way. He has a YouTube channel as well. I will link that in this bio today. That's smart. Anyway, Marcus, if you are watching, I miss you. Hope you're doing well. Don't worry, guys. I'm still in contact with him, sadly. So another thing. So that night we had nothing planned to eat. We were like, okay, what am I supposed to eat? Next thing we know, so my dad's we've just got back from the apartment, and they go, right, let's go shopping, because obviously you need to shop if you're going to be there for a bit. So yeah, we went. No, I stayed home, and I was there like, right. This is taking a while. They walked to the mall, so the Mall of the Emirates for us. That's right on our doorstep. You could walk there, and so yeah. I saw them walking from my balcony, and then I saw the traffic. How someone drives in that, I don't know. I really don't. And then when my mum sent me a picture not too long later of the amount of people that was at Mall of the Emirates, I was genuinely surprised that they were able to get a, They were able to get get the things that they did. And wow, it's good that they didn't bring a car. They wouldn't have been able to fit it in the car park. And there's about 5 levels for a car park. Yeah, I'm in Mall of the Emirates, so that's how bad it was. Anyway, next thing. So so that night I had what was it? Mozzarella sticks and mac and cheese bites. Yeah, I was living off That, yeah. But they were from Marks and Spencer's, so I ain't complaining. It's Marks and Spencer's. Like, let's be real. So the next morning, we didn't really have breakfast. Well, we did, but we always go for a McDonald's breakfast whenever we're in Dubai, because it's very rare that we do here. That is a lie. We usually do. Anyway, I get the same thing every time. We walked in, and Papa John's was open. And bearing in mind, everyone, this was about 8:30 in the morning. 8:30, and Papa John's was open. How on earth? Who on earth is having pizza at 8 o'clock in the morning? If you do, I would love to know. And if you do, I'd like you to come on the podcast and explain what kind of sanity is that. Just say in the comments, and I'll pin your comment if someone says that. Because I'll be like, how? I mean, I had Domino's like a few days in for dinner. That I'll have at like dinner time. I'm not having it at 8 o'clock in the morning. That is just ridiculous. So I had every time I go to McDonald's, I have a breakfast wrap. Yeah, the hash brown and egg breakfast wrap. Oh, speaking of food, from the time of recording, I just want to say, because I am in Abu Dhabi and Dubai and all the places in the UAE, Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan Kareem. Well done to everyone that is fasting. I literally tried today, and my God, why do I do this to myself? Well, why does anyone do it to themselves? It's actually quite hard. And I was warned by my friend. He said the first day it's hard to adjust to. Like, the first week's awful. Like, the first day that you fast, then you eat, and you will have literally a very bad stomach ache. I felt like a xenomorph was actually trying to bypass my stomach. It was literally trying to squeeze through. I literally thought a xenomorph alien was about to literally burst out my stomach. It was that painful. How other people do it, I do not know. Anyway, Ramadan Kareem and Eid Mubarak. Even though it's not Eid yet. Anyway, that day, what did we do the first day? We went to Dubai Hills Mall. Yes. So we went to Dubai Hills Mall. I was gonna go on the world's biggest indoor roller coaster. That has a record on it. It's the biggest indoor roller coaster. And no, they're not lying. So the first day I was there, it wasn't open, but the second time I went, it was. But anyway, we went to this adventure park. We had no idea. We went there to browse. We ended up being there for about 4 hours. I went to the adventure park. It's like Adventure HQ. You have a lot of activities to do and all that. And so there's multiple parks. There's Jump Park, which is the trampoline. Ninja Park, which is like the inflatable. Then there's a Climb Park, which is like a climbing wall, multiple if you want to choose. And then I did the Sky Park. I did 4. So I did the Sky Park, which is like an obstacle course in the air. Oh, the obstacle course was torture. And the things you're wearing for the obstacle course, it hurts, man. Man, I'm not kidding. It hurts. I was there like, God damn it. Ow. The second time I went, I did one different activity. Instead of the climbing wall, I did a sliding park, which I thought was kind of cool. And yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I'm tired. So we only have 5 hours at school now. Yeah, I was not really yawning when it came to 7 hours, because we've now reduced due to Ramadan timings. Whoopee! I could have got this out a lot later if I wanted to, but there's no point. And the time of recording this, I don't actually have a thumbnail yet. Anyway, so the thing you would wear, it's a harness but they tightened it so you're down below, or your crotch really, your groin. My God, it's going into your pelvis. Is it pelvis? Yeah. Pelvis? Yeah. It's digging into your pelvis. I don't know if the pelvis and the groin is the same thing. I really don't. I'm not an anatomy guy. I'm not a doctor, and initially do not plan to be one. So, tell me if I am wrong. It's down below area. Pelvis, groin, crotch. It's one of the two. Or three even. I can't count really. Anyway. So, the Sky Park, you were walking on this glass thing, and I'm not really scared of heights anymore. It's not as bad as I was. But, and usually now, that one, it's to do with illusions. You think that you're looking at nothing, but it's a glass. So you're walking on glass. Oh my God, I've just come up with a great idea. So, okay, actually, this is a great idea. My grandmother does not like heights. She hates them, and even when someone else is looking at is high up, she's like, "Austin, get down from there." That would be funny if I went to Dubai Hills Mall and did that adventure park, and she was looking. She would probably shout like, "Austin, get down," because it's glass. You don't think that you're stepping on anything, but you are. So you step on it. You have to hold on to the. Well, you don't have to, but I recommend it if you don't want to fall. You hold on to the ribbon. You walk past the it's like logs, but very big triangles. But my God, do they wiggle. The next thing was just walking across and then walking on a board. That's easy. Oh, so for the Sky Park, you're rock climbing across the wall. And I will just say this to you now. I did not trust those harnesses. Like, if you fell, you fell. Like, that thing I did not trust. Mainly because it looked like it was stuck to ribbon. It looked like it was about to snap. But, like, when you go to the ones at Adventure HQ, you could be hanging there for a long time. I mean, trust me, it would hurt, but you could be hanging there for about 12 hours and you'd still not fall. And anyway, so there's this rock climbing wall, and this kid was waiting for me to finish, and not as if it was wiggly enough. He literally was wiggling the whole thing like na 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 na, and every time he'd do na, he would like move. He's just like, really, kid? Really? Do you like it if I wiggle the board? It's as wiggly as you have hanging on it without another kid trying to wiggle it for you. And have a guess how old he was. Yep, he was about 8. How 8-year-olds are allowed on that Sky Park, I don't know. There's a miniature Sky Park down below. Below you, there's a miniature one for like 3-year-olds. Go to that one. Don't do this one unless you have a death wish. I mean, I didn't have a death wish, but it definitely felt like I did. Mainly because I chose to do it again. Yeah, I chose to do that thing twice. You would think that I learned from my mistakes, but nope. Classic Austin never learns. But then there was a slide park. Slide park was like, I usually do this when it's a Christmas, when you go to a carnival and you're on there's these foam things and you slide down and you go whee. But they did it over snow, but this one it was like over a lot of things. And I shouted, and my dad took a video and I shouted cannonball, because you landed in this foam thing. And how you don't go face first, I don't know, but I didn't, but it definitely felt like you were going whee. And yeah, what did I do? And then who did I meet? Oh yes, on that day, that was actually quite fun. And we went to Tim Hortons. I'm actually trying to go healthy now. Next week, oh bugger. I was gonna do next week's actually on the game, isn't it? Not the thingy. Anyway, so the next week after that may be about cooking, because I have a lot to say about that. So I'm trying to go healthy, right? And then I go for a coffee, and I don't want a lot of caffeine, so I ask for 1 shot. I try it, and holy God, it tasted awful. It tasted absolutely awful. I added some sugar in. No, don't forget, this is iced coffee. Oh wait, Austin, you forgot that it doesn't melt, does it? You idiot! Yeah, it didn't melt, so I literally was having intense coffee. And when I say it was intense. Because when I went out with friends, someone had a coffee, and then they asked me, like, can you guess which one has had the most coffee? My God, he was hyper. And apparently he asked for 3 shots instead of 2. My God, I am certain there was 9. He was literally on top of the world. He would fly higher than the kite. Jeez, my God. Anyway, we went to Dubai. My parents stayed for 5 days. I stayed for a week. You may be wondering, Austin, you can't stay by yourself. Exactly. Yeah, and it was that day. It's actually that day that I went to the slide parks. I did twice. I did the roller coaster. I was literally shaking in the introduction room. Because after what I had seen at John Wick, I was literally traumatized. I didn't want to go on any other roller coaster due to John Wick. I was traumatized, man. But it all worked out. It was a really good roller coaster. It doesn't feel like a lot. And you usually feel awful. I think my dad can only do certain roller coasters. I think he could do that one. He didn't end up doing it because he has a bad hand. He broke his hand. Anyway, so my friend from the UK, best friend, he goes to school in the UK, but his parents live over here because he goes to boarding school there. I just want to say to him, he's incredibly brave. To be able to go on a plane by himself with no help, no people that he knows, no one. It's real brave. And so I stayed over at his friend at this guy's house, and he was on a plane while I was sleeping in their house. Then the next morning, I woke up early, like, right, I need to get ready. I got ready, and then about 2 minutes later, I had all showered, all that. He said, right, his plane's been delayed 2 hours. Because the whole idea was for me to surprise him at the airport and tell him, oh yeah, I'm staying with you for 2 days, by the way. Because he did that in December with me. And what was funny, he says this. He said, yeah, his flight's been delayed 2 hours. I was there like, so I woke up at 6:50 for literally no reason. We're supposed to be there for about 7:30 because that's when the plane lands. But then you have to wait a while for it to land. And we actually waited 45 minutes for it. So yeah, he was very surprised when I got there. He was very thankful that I was able to go there, and yeah. Anyway, I stayed with him for 2 days. I had fun, and we went to this trampoline park. It was on for 2 hours, or was it 1? No, it was 1. It was 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. So I'm certain about 45 minutes of that time I spent in a foam pit, because I never knew anyone tell me. I never knew it was so hard to get out of a ball pit. I never knew it was so hard to get out of a darn ball pit. Foam pit, because every time you would like step on a foam ball pit or a foam ball, it would squeeze down, wouldn't it? Like, so you can't actually, you think you're climbing somewhere, but realistically you've stayed the same. That was really, really bad. And every time I got out, I celebrated, and then this friend, he actually pushed me back in. I was so annoyed because it took me about 10 minutes, no lie, to try and get out. So that's like another 10 minutes trying to get back out. Yeah, I found a tactic though, is because you know when you're playing that, you have these battens and you can hold on to them, and then you're on a very balanced line and you battle someone on it. I don't know if you'll know what I'm talking about, but if you stand on them, because they're actually a lot harder than the foam, if you stand on them, you'll actually have a benefit of getting out. What was another thing? Yeah, his sister. His sister stays in Abu Dhabi. Oh no, Dubai actually. And it was really fun. We went into the swimming pool. This was the final day before I went back with my parents, because I hadn't actually been in my own house for about a week. So I was there having fun, and then throughout the whole time he would just splash me like, and I had goggles on majority of the time, but when I didn't, I was there like, really? I just had my eyes closed. And when I would open them, I would just go underwater. So one, I could see where I was going, and two, I wouldn't have to face his wrath of water. Yes, I can go underwater with my eyes open, as much as it hurts. I should really try it again, because even though it hurts, like, yeah, we did a jumping competition. Who could make the biggest splash? Who could make the tiniest splash? Which I thought was like, are you kidding me? I really should have done like who could swim the fastest. Oh wait, we did, and guess who won, everyone? Not me. Yeah, that was. I love being in a swimming pool. Like, has anyone ever tried meditating in the pool? If you have, do let me know, because that is very comfortable. I like it. What else? What else did I do? What else did one do? Oh, we went to Miracle Garden, didn't we? Yeah. So the Miracle Garden is practically where Smurfs live. Sorry. Yeah. So there's just Smurf. Thingies, but all the models that they have there are made out of flowers, and it's really cool. Like, there's this plane that's made out of flowers, and that's not Cap. It's like an actual plane model made out of flowers, and it's not like a small one, it's a big one, like an average sized thingies as well. I don't have a drink with me, anyone. I've just noticed. I made a drink earlier, but I don't actually have it with me. It's probably in the other room. Yeah, the Miracle Garden was really, really good. I watched Adam Project while I was there. It came out before I was on holiday. I was just like, right, I need to find the time to watch it. So I did. I found the time. It's funny. Even with a film like that, you wouldn't think it's going to be funny. But Ryan Reynolds, man, he's just the GOAT of all jokes. Like, the question is, like, is he better than Kevin Hart, or is Kevin Hart better than him? Because I laugh at what Kevin Hart says all the time, but so does the same with Ryan Reynolds. Well, the thing is, like, even with Ryan Reynolds, I laugh within his interviews. When he's in his interviews, he makes me laugh, like, from the things he says. But Kevin Hart doesn't. But when he's making real comedy, it's really funny. And also, Ryan Reynolds is like my brother. He doesn't even try to be funny. He just is, mentally and physically. What? Did I say that out loud? Yes, my brother is funny stupidly and physically stupid. Anyway, he's the mixture between stupid, funny, somewhat weird, and confusing. Yes, Marcus, I said that out loud. Be happy. I at least I have the guts to say that. He refuses to say it with me. That's a joke. He does. Okay. Next thing, I just wanted to say about the hotel service. Oh. Right. Does anyone here know that like the bowls that you put sake in? Like you have these that you drink the sake out of. The bowls that we had for cereal. Now this was bowls in general. We needed to fill it up twice. They were that small to actually make an average sized cereal bowl. We had to fill it twice. Oh my god! If you put your thumb in there, it would fill the whole thing. Not actually, but yeah. Where we were living, I would say I would live there. I would live there permanently. If we actually filled the. What was funny is we walked in and there was literally like this bottle of champagne, or was it wine? No, it was wine. There's a bottle of wine there, and none of my parents drink wine. We're like, why is this here? And it actually looked new, but then when we looked at the bottle, it was empty. It was nearly empty. So we were like, okay, we won't do anything. What was another thing? It was to do with the. Oh yeah, so this, you know how, you have the top is the freezer and then the bottom is the fridge. The freezer I used to my advantage. I would fill it with water, and then I would freeze it because it had an ice cube shaper. I should probably do that today. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah. The living status I would definitely say was top notch. I liked it. When we were walking around the place, I had quite a lot of sunburn, and I don't usually get sunburn. And when I went to that miracle garden, I got eaten alive by mosquito bites. I got eaten alive. And yeah. Oh! I did my thing very happily. So I did my thing very happily. Okay. Anyway, so what was it? There's this thing I've always wanted to try, and it's boba. And here we go. My parents were saying, right, let's go to Global Village today, and I was just like, what? I hate things like Global Village. And they went, remember that colourful place where there was rides and you went with Marcus? I went, oh yeah, that's Global Village. I went, what? I was just like, surely not. No, it was. Yeah, it was fun. I've really enjoyed that. And then we saw this Japanese store because they do like. I thought it was Asian only for a start, but then I saw only African and America. But then again, the place is massive. I think we only visited a quarter of it, and it was big. But the thing is, if you compare that to Expo, I think if that was the case, I think we only visited an eighth of it. Because Global Village is apparently half the size of, what is it called? It's only half the size of Expo. Oh, so yeah. If you think that's big, go to Expo. We didn't, because we preferably do not want COVID-19. What was it? Yeah, so we went to this Japanese store, and I was just looking around, and then I look at it, and I'm like, oh my god, they do boba! I tried boba, preferably my favourite thing now. It's my favourite thing to have from favourite drink. So we went to Dubai Mall after so long. We went to Dubai Mall, and we were looking for something for lunch, and we didn't want anything big. and they were saying, well, Austin will probably want a burger. I said, if I'm being completely honest, everyone, all I want is some boba. It was so nice. It's so worth it. Like, I don't know why, why it's so good, but it was. And then when my friend was over, we went to Dubai Mall, we had pizza, and we had boba. It was his first time trying boba. He went, it's really good. And yeah, I have not found any in Abu Dhabi yet. So, that's kind of sad, but mark my words, I will find them. It will never leave me. It will never leave. What was another thing? Oh, I first tried, that was the first time I tried ice skating. I tried ice skating for the first time. That was really fun to know. That was incredibly fun. But, what was it? Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So, I don't think you know, but there's these penguins that you can hold on to if you're first time skating. But my friend was like, no, you don't need the penguin. He kept on taking it away from me. He said he's only fallen over once in his 6 years of trying to roller skate. I was just like, oh, nice. And actually, what's kind of funny is, at the end of the whole thing, what they were doing, like him and his sister, they try to work together. Yeah, as I say, they tried to work together to try and help me. And so we did. I was able to go through the whole thing quite a few times without what do you call it? I was able to go through the whole thing without falling, and I was able to go without a penguin. So yeah, preferably. And this is what I didn't understand. I went in there with trousers and a very short sleeve top. Like, it was only up to, like, the muscle, like the bicep. It was only up to there. So I walked into that what do you call it? Place, like, oh my God, it's freezing. But in a place so cold, as like Glasgow Airport. And yes, I'm being realistic. That's probably as cold as Glasgow Airport. Not as cold as Glasgow in itself. That's just icicle city, but the airport's quite cold too. So we went into the airport. Oh no, we went into the park. I was probably focused on how cold it was rather than how what do you call it? How I was supposed to skate, ice skate. Ice skating is really fun. I'd really do it again. And it's only in Dubai that I think you can do it for me, but that's kind of sad. But I didn't think it was possible to sweat in a place that was measly, probably about 2 degrees. I didn't think it was that easy to freeze to death, but here I am. And yeah, I did this army laser tag as well with my friend. It's like this. What's it called? So it's actually it's quite realistic to what our regular army people do, because I actually reckon that's what they do when they're training for military. I reckon that's actually what they do. Because it's like real guns, just with lasers on them. Oh, and you have real like gear, and you have to have mags, and it's all technical, and there's no shooting in it, and yeah, I was actually quite good at it. The first couple of rounds was like, I'm doing awful, but I was doing a bit well when I got to the end, because I think you get your mindset a bit better. And we got there for 3 o'clock. We got there for 3 o'clock, and we wanted the 3 o'clock, and they went, all right, we're fully booked. So we went for the 4 o'clock one. So we just stayed there for an hour. Because there's like an arcade bit, we played that for a bit. I learned how to drive. Not really, because I'm still bad at it. And what was really weird was, we went down to go and have it, but the people that were waiting for the 3 o'clock session were waiting for their turn at 4 o'clock. Meaning, like, huh? Like, excuse me? Huh? What? And, yeah. So for me, I currently have, how many Funko Pops do I have? So you know those Funko Pops, I have from what I can see so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, that's 6, 9, 11. Is anyone in between Leviathan? No. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then there's probably a load in the other room. I've got 3 new Funko Pops. I really like them. So, if you haven't seen Batman Forever, I recommend you probably should. But I got a Riddler from him. He's got a lot of orange hair. He's got a lot of orange hair. And I got what's his name? Two-Face. I got Two-Face. And can you just go back into the stamp, please? Thank you. And I got my favourite footballer who played last night and tried to cripple about 3 players. Means he was doing something right, everyone. I got Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool. Let's go. And yeah, I usually have 4 on the desk. And I've changed them to Virgil van Dijk, Two-Face, Riddler, and Batman. Batus Manus. And yeah, I got them. What else did I get? Did I buy anything else? No. I went to see Ambulance. The Ambulance film with Jake Gyllenhaal and the guy that played Black Manta in Aquaman. That was a really weird film. Like, don't get me wrong. So I think it was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. My God, it was action packed. As soon as you sit down, like, right, it's a lot of action and all that. Like, damn. That was a lot. That is hot. Yeah, it was very eventful. We got the trailer for Top Gun, and I went to see it with my dad. So he was ecstatic about that. And he said, "That's Goose's son," and I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Have you never seen Top Gun?" And I went, No, I haven't. Oh, you should. Every time he says I should really see a film, I'm like, I've lasted 13 years of my life without that film. I think I'll be good. Like, yeah. And coming back onto the holiday bit, so I got my phone when I was about 10. No. 10, 11. No, 12, 11. Yeah, when I was 11, sorry. So I got my thing when I was 11. And so once getting it at the age of 11, I have not exited this country with that phone. Believe it or not, I have not exited the country with that phone. This phone that has been used since, September the 11th, 2019, has not been used in a different country. Meaning, I'm sad. I'm a sad person because I had an old phone. It was my dad's. I played with it, and it only had 2 games on it. I think it was Candy Crush and then this like bike game. I used to play that a lot. And now on the phone that I play with a lot, I have apps like Injustice, Future Fight, Mortal Kombat, Madfuck, Futbin, Tasty, Funko, Bottom, Rise of Burke, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Zoom, and all that stuff. Spotify, YouTube, Radio 1, Discord, Twitch, TikTok. Like, I have all of those apps, and I have not exited the country with all of those apps. I'm kind of sad about that, but here we are. Anyway, and I kind of learnt how I don't know what I learnt. Yeah, when I say anything new, that's like the Too Faced, the Riddler, and the Virgil van Dijk. That's probably what I mean by new. So throughout this winter break, I was playing with my mate. He wanted to play FIFA, so I was just like, right, I'll give FIFA a go. I think it's been 6 years since I've played FIFA. I used to play with my brother so long. Nope, we're in FIFA 22, and it was FIFA 17 or 18. It's 5 or 4 years actually, not 6. Or was it 16? FIFA 16? Probably. It's one of those. So I was playing with him, and I'm a Liverpool supporter all the way. It was very fun. And now that I've got back here, I asked my dad, "Can you download FIFA onto the PS4?" Yeah, sure. I have not stopped playing it. It's so fun. And now that I've said to Marcus that I play FIFA, he got the companion app. He made me get the companion app. What's really weird is we were on Zoom with him at one point. He went, "Oh, hi, Austin. Right, I'm on the companion app. I see your group. I see your team." He changed my team completely, and it was really weird how he did that. I started off with 4,000 FIFA points, and he spent them all. I think we should have a chat about that, Marcus, because that's a bit... How dare you? I mean, hey, he got me a 182. Considering I started on Tuesday? No, Monday. Considering I started a week today, I've got a pretty decent team. I mean, I have Harry Maguire, but I guess you can't have the dishes and rainbows of it, all of it. And guys, I didn't tell you about my Dubai Hills Mall adventure park. The rest of my adventure, but. So as I explained, the Sky Park and the Slide Park, the rock climbing one, as I say, I'm not really afraid of heights. That was fun. I came out. I'll tell you about the what happened afterwards. So the jump park was practically a trampoline place. That was fun. That was fun. It's not the same one as I was talking about earlier, but with my friend. But anyway, we also went to then I did the Ninja Park, and the Ninja Park was like an inflatable park, and it was really fun. And I was it's kind of this obstacle course thing, but it's like a really babyish one. It's smaller than the Junior Sky Park, but it's a lot better. It's sort of kind of fun. This I burnt myself when I went onto this what do you call it? Slide. Because usually when you're going down so fast, you usually burn yourself, and yeah, I did just that. Because I'm smart, everyone. Trust me, I'm far from it. I'm far from smart, everyone. And what was the other thing he said? Oh, he said. It did hurt. And at Sky Zone, at the day I went to Sky Zone, I went to Nando's for lunch with my mate, and I was actually quite kind of what was the word? I was excited to go to a Nando's, because usually I'm like, oh, what do I get at a Nando's? And when I was still deciding what I wanted, and because they're so nice, the people I was staying with, they're so nice, really kind. They said, Austin, you go. I was just like, oh no, you guys decide. I'm still deciding here, because every time I go to Nando's, I take about 15 years. I swear it takes me longer to choose what I want than it actually takes for them to cook it. And like I say, if they hadn't got the ingredients, I would probably still be deciding, because they'd still be killing the chicken and trying to cut it into its parts. They just got the breast and they need to brine all the thing. I'd still be deciding before they even cut the chicken. Like, it takes me 10 years. I swear it takes me 10 years to actually get to choose something. I ended up choosing a chicken sandwich with pickled onions and garlic bread and chunky mashed potatoes on the side and a milkshake. I had a milkshake because I was forced to by the kids that I would just like to say I'm older than both of my friend's sister is younger than her, or him even, and I'm older than him. So bear in mind, I was older, and they were like, "You just choose something." I wanted to choose a very sensible drink, because, but nope, I was I ended up having a milkshake because I was kind of pressured into it, and I was full. What did I decide to do? Get a dessert. Austin, you stupid little child. Anyway, and I also had not later on that day. It was not later on that day. It was what did we do that day as well? Oh, yeah. I while I was at their house, they wanted me to cook something for them, so I made a risotto for them. And I gotta say, working in their kitchen is a delight. It is a real delight working in their kitchen. And what was funny is, what did we have lunchtime? Was it pizza that day? Or was it the day before? No. Wait, huh? Yeah. we had pizza that day, and I was just like, I don't think I can eat anything else. And I felt so much pain from all this, like from doing all the working out. And I thought it because I had eaten too much. No, it was because I was doing so many activities. I couldn't keep up with it. So I actually ended up losing weight. But then again, when I ended up trying to check when I ended up weighing myself, I ended up being a lot worse than what I was. I think the last time I checked myself was a long time ago. Yeah, so I'll tell you about the thing where I was when I was in pain. So when I was wearing that harness thing with the sky part, there's this bit where it was a lot worse, and a load of kids were skipping it. And when I said I wanted to go back because I didn't want to do it, and they went, "No, we've already have enough kids going back. You must do it." And I'm like, "Huh?" So that is what you call unlucky. Unlucky. So I was the kid that had to go through the whole thing, and you have to hold on so tight, especially when it's swinging. And the guy said he was helping me. What do you define as help? Like, is trying to take the thing further away from me helpful? Because, like, it was only enough to try and, like, grab onto both of them and then switch. No, he decided to take it further away. Are you dumb? Oh, my God. Some people do not have common sense. But anyway, I was there fine. Throughout the whole day, I was better. And then, on the next day, I woke up with the most excruciating groin ever. I remember that pain very vividly, and it was excruciating. It was like someone was trying to dig a dagger down it. Ow. It was, whenever I moved it, it hurt, and whenever I sat down or tried to move the leg groin, it hurt. I will tell you now, everyone, it hurt. I remember that vividly, and it was painful. Yeah, I ended up, like, we walked around Dubai Mall, because we were going to see the fountains, the fountain show. They go a lot higher than I do remember them, but then again, I don't remember a thing, so they could be going even lower than usual, and I wouldn't notice, as I'm too stupid to know anything. Outside was practically the junior COVID center, junior expo center, which is COVID center. Anyway, so I went there. I went there trying to sit down. My parents found a spot to sit. I didn't. I had to stand up. Then when I found a seat, I was there like, okay, yeah, probably sitting down is probably the best thing for my thing. I would have much preferred to stand up. I tried to get up and oh my god, I could have screamed to the heavens if I wanted to. I swear Jesus would have heard me, because it was that excruciating. So yeah, that was not fun. I had a groin problem for quite a few days, but then it went away. It's like, yeah, I played some football while I was with my mate. That was fun to do. Speaking of, tonight, when I end this podcast, I'm going to play football, as I usually do on a Monday afternoon. Well, I guess, and that was the conclusion of my holiday. For those who are for those who have just gone back to school, hope you had a great spring break and have a happy Easter, everyone. I'm gonna try and get some things sorted out for next week's podcast and podcasts in general. I do love doing podcasts. It's not something that I think, oh great, this week I have to do podcasts. Oh god. I'm going to try and get them on a Sunday now, because then it gives me a whole week to get everything started. Yeah, and also the clocks are gone back. So I hope you all have a good Easter, happy Easter, everyone. And I'll see you next week for Liverpool and Man City. Right, bye, everyone.